We're at Ellio Fine Art, and we're here looking at an exhibition called The Shape of Color. They're acrylic paintings by Joan Steinman. And Joan's here to tell us a little bit about your work. So, yeah, how would you describe your work?
I would describe my work in a couple of ways. First would be my work is figurative painting. And figurative is a broad term which just means that you recognize the objects that I'm painting. And it can be very, very abstract, figurative work, or it can be very photorealist. That's the first way. And then the second would be, I've always been a source painter, which means that I work directly from my source. I did that for about 10 years and it became a little bit impractical, but what I learned from doing that is how color exists next to each other. Also, the same applies to composition. Line changes because line exists in relation to the lines around it. I transitioned into working from studies made of photographs, and those became a little more freeing because I could then paint still lifes anywhere. I could paint portraits anywhere. I could paint lots of people in a portrait. I could paint lots of different kind of landscapes. And so that was exciting. And then the transition happened when I could manipulate the photographs a little bit more to add a little more energy to the compositions. And those studies have been evolving and make me able to make the painting a little more playful, a little bit more whimsical at times, a little more cubistic, taking one object and breaking it up and repeating those shapes kind of gives a new movement to the painting. Also, when I choose my subject matter, I like dramatic, colorful compositions. I really like to, when I have the opportunity, to use light to create a lot of the composition, shadows. Light also then kind of reflects on the, in the glass and then creates an abstract image of what the reality was. And that's kind of fun for me too. And so there's so many different things that I can do with my photographs and with the right atmosphere and the right color, and I want it to be dramatic. I want it to pull you in, and so those are all things that are important to me.
Is joy coming through on purpose, or are you just optimistic?
Yeah. Well, yes, yes. I am a glass half full kind of person. I am optimistic, and I do love joyful color. I love the intensity of it. I love the way it shines and invites you into the painting.
When you start a painting, how do you?
Sometimes things just happen, and I'm at the right place at the right time. But if I'm organizing compositions for paintings like a still life, I'm looking for contrast, I'm looking for color, I'm looking for movement, and it's great to be able to work with my photographs to create that energy. There's a couple of still lifes in the show. The two-dimensional surface has been broken up and cut and sliced and manipulated so that there seems to be space behind it. It seems a little more three-dimensional and feels three-dimensional. That's kind of fun. Also, I love interiors that have tables and chairs, and I think the legs of a table can be almost like a human. I mean, they're legs that'll walk away, and I like that kind of funny element to some of the paintings. You take a look and oh dear, what is this? What's happening in this painting?
Ellio is a new gallery we opened in November. This is our 4th exhibition, our 3rd one-person exhibition. The show is called The Shape of Color. And if you want to come see the exhibition, it's open from 10 to 5, Monday through Saturday. And Trish Matute, Brian Fries, or me, Harwood Taylor, would love to show you through sometime.